We're here at the A&B Music Store in Sheridan Centre, and we're doing a quick review of the Roland Microcube Bass RX. As you can see, the speakers have a fairly sturdy look to them with a nice grill, and even though it's miniature, it has a certain quality look about it. On top here on the control panel, as you can see, we have some of the digital modeling that's become so popular with these amps. Then we've got the usual 3 bass, middle and treble controls, along with a couple of FX here, delay, reverb, and a flanger and chorus, which are the same on the normal Cube Street. Then over here on the right hand side, we have the rhythm pattern, a number of preset drum beats so that you can practice your bass along with some drums. And down here now we have the power switch and our input gain and volume control. It also has a built-in tuner here, as you can see, just like the Cube Street. It's very similar to the Cube Street, with the exception, of course, that the amps are all bass amp modeling, and the rhythm pattern section, which goes on quite neatly with the bass if you're practicing on your own or just learning the bass. I think it's the perfect amp for learning on if you're now starting out learning bass. But after I listened to it for a while, I don't think it's really very suitable for performance. Okay, on the back side of the Microcube Bass RX, as you can see, we have input for a foot switch. We have an auxiliary input, either mono or stereo, so that you can play along with somebody else. And we have a phone's output, which doubles as a recording output if you want to record directly from the amp. And then we have the DC in. Now, I had been planning to put some batteries, some rechargeable batteries into it to see how it performed with rechargeable batteries. It seems a crime to stock one of these things with alkaline batteries, because bass consumes considerable amount of power and you will be throwing them out in no time at all. Because another thing that happens with bass is that it will, as the batteries begin to go down, the bass will distort. So we don't want that happening, and our experience with playing it suggests that we're going to have a distortion problem anyway if we try to get too much volume out of it. Now, this depends on your personal style. If you like to play with distorted bass and distortion is your thing, then this might be the perfect companion for you. In fact, you might even want to record with it instead of a fuzz pedal, because it has that natural sounding distortion that distorters crave. Okay, so now you get to hear it. First of all, on the open strings. I don't know how that sounds, but right now we have the volume on all and we have the gain barely up. So this should allow us to get maximum, and we only have to bring the gain here maybe to about the second stop. And we're already recording a bit of distortion, which is surprising because this guitar, this Fender Precision Bass, has a very low output. Normally when we're playing through amplifiers, we need to put a boost for the ones that have input boost. because of the impedance and low output that this guitar has. It isn't powered, it doesn't have a battery. It's that lowest tone that concerns me, and as I said, later on in the video you'll hear that tone coming through several different amplifier setups, so you'll be able to compare them side by side and make a decision, an informed decision. Now notice when we move up to higher notes, we don't have that distortion problem at the same level. But seriously, it's not going to cut through. It's not going to cut through in the crowd. If you're trying to play on a crowded street with this, you're not really going to get very far. But I want to let you hear some of the rhythms, because this may be what you're buying it for. You may be buying it as a practice amp, and in that case it really wouldn't matter. That's your very, very basic rock sound, and then we have a little variation of that, and then we go to the blues and the country and the R&B, and then we have the ballad and the jazz and the funk and the Latin and finally the dance. So that's what you'll be playing with, pretty much.